All right, everybody, welcome for race 2 tonight of the MSS Money Racing Series. Live from Daytona with the Xfinity cars. My name is Garrett Jenkins after what was just a thrilling Dega Pros race only about 20 short minutes ago. The stage is now set for the MSS Money Racing Series. Right now, the only drivers to post a lap in practice, Mark Vondale, Jared Hayes, Jeremy Osborne, and John Ward. Jeremy Osborne actually on track right now. And they hitting the blind squirrels, number 41. We'll rather wait for practice to conclude with another 2 minutes here. We'll go ahead and look at through center field. Joe Hope. Toto. Into one. I'm going to apologize in advance if I mispronounced some of these names. Steve Sizemore just finished second by one of the closest finish at 21 hundredths of a second in the Dega Pro Series. Looks to go up one more spot tonight. Actually, you know what? I'm doing my solid. Steve Sizemore, Garrett Jenkins up in with you. Got a copy?
This evening I was racing with this business.
Yeah, we'll try this one more time. Steve Sizemore, Garrett Jenkins up in with you. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got it behind me, being honest.
Mike sounds a little low, buddy, but I'll go ahead and answer the first question here. Honestly, heartbreaking finish just about 20 minutes ago in the Dega Pro Series. How do you take that loss and move it forward into the night?
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to be patient and just find the right runs. I was really patient starting in the back of that one, and just slowly work my way to the front. I think I'll probably do about the same thing here.
Yes, sir, buddy. Right now, to number 15, looking very snazzy, and it's at the top of the board of a 49.62 with a minute to go in practice. Being I didn't get to interview you the last race, so I only missed you by about 2 minutes. But is there anybody you want to thank tonight? Friends, family, sponsors, etc.?
Everybody that helps me out with this stuff, and the guys that put it on, MMS, and just the fellows I've been working with in the Discord on these races have been really helping me with strategies. So, yeah, just like to thank all of them for that. And then hopefully we can get up there and do it again this race.
All right, buddy. Well, best of luck to you. Look forward to seeing it. Hopefully talk to you one more time before the night's over with.
Right on, brother. Appreciate you.
No problem. Steve Sizemore with 30 seconds to go. Fastest in practice. Appreciate your time, dude. With 20 seconds to go. If anybody's going to post a lap now, they're not going to get the time to. A little bit of a bigger field tonight. Oh, my God. That's your little. That is the one of Joe involved. With that, practice has concluded. Appreciate it. What's up, Mike? How you doing, buddy? In the chat, Mike Hauser, one of the 8 drivers tomorrow night looking to start off their campaign to the Inspired Racing League Cup Championship. That'll be tuned tomorrow night at 8:30, 9 o'clock Eastern. But that is tomorrow. This is now. As you look at the driver fast in practice, Steve Sizemore, but Garrett Caswell with the T&J Bar and Grill Toyota Supra looks to post the first qualifying lap. Behind him, Asher Little. And then there's another 17 on track. Gotta figure out who that is. Danny Barnes. Okay, never mind. I was thinking the race before, my fault. So Garrett Caswell will post the first lap. Asher Little, Danny Barnes, the 97 of Axel Smith. They will be the first ones to post their qualifying times. Of course, Garrett Caswell was a very eventful Dega Pros race. Looks to rebound after getting involved in the first wreck, being surprisingly competitive with a truck tore up as bad as what that 17 truck was, but ultimately getting involved in another wreck to end his night, looking to rebound. Other drivers coming out, Michael Wingo, just talking about drivers involved in a wreck in a Dega Pro race. Wingo upside down. 76 of Ron Morris Jr. just exiting the pits. All right now, Garrett Caswell off of 4 to post the first time to beat. And at the line, Caswell a 50.979. Asher Little to the line. Does he knock him out? He does. Only barely. Couple more drivers posted. Danny Barnes goes second. We let the pylon update. Trying to find some more drivers here. 97 Axel Smith, top of the board. He blows the motor. Definitely something illegal underneath the hood in that 97 if he did that. All jokes aside. 7 minutes to go. 2 more drivers out on track. Michael Wingo, one of them. Yes, sir. Michael doing very well tonight. Michael Wingo, does he knock off Axel Smith from the pole? He does not. 4th quickest. Ron Morris Jr. to take his shot at it at the line. Barely misses it. Off by 0.03 of a second so far, Liberty. But right now, Axel Smith with a great qualifying run to start off. But still with 6 minutes to go here, we got, there's Daniel Eberhardt the third. Obviously not something he likes underneath the hood of that car, so he'll restart. See, number 1 of Joe, he's waiting to get ready to go. Just under 6 minutes to go. The 90 just now rolling. Of course, Daniel came up short. One of them came up short as well, as he'll pull it back to a stop. Still something that he probably does not like underneath the hood of that 90. Winner from last night, Malik Ray, looking to go 2 in a row here. A lot of drivers just sitting on pit road for the moment. Jared Haynes, one of several drivers making his debut tonight on the Raging Idiot Racing Network. Again, I apologize to anybody if I'm mispronouncing their names. I apologize in advance and get to know them before the next one. But before that, just over 4 minutes left here in qualifying. Some more drivers rolling out. Jared is going to get the first shot at Axel Smith's time of a 50.851. followed by Joe. Sean Corbett's just rolling that as is Hunter Hastings. Right now, let's see. 177 into the corner. We'll see how much he loses throughout the corner. Drop down to 175, 174 for the moment. Down the back straightaway. The 15 of Steve Sizemore's just rolled out of pit road as well. So several drivers looking to take their shot at the pole. Jared Haynes off of 4 through the tri-oval. Does he knock off Axel Smith from the pole? He does not. Third quickest. Tough time to eat. He's laid down. We'll see what the one of Joe can do. At the line. Top of the board. The driver to number 1 by a 58.01. I see he's going to completely flip the car. Going to completely destroy that car. Well, Sean Corbett looks to have his shot at it here. Corbett, where will he place? With just under 3 minutes to go, Corbett at the line. 4th quickest. Hunter Hastings will get his shot at it. Hastings knocks Corbett out. Down to Corbett knocked down to 4th. Steve Sizemore, he'll go 4th quickest. What a lap by the driver to 1. John Ward on track, as is the 13 of James Waring, and you're looking at Jeremy Osborne. Right now, James Waring looks, I believe he's going to be the next one to attempt to post a lap here. Under 2 minutes, Waring's time doesn't stick. Does not. 18th quickest, Jeremy Osborne. 13th quickest. And now you look at John Ward. Led 13 laps in the Dega Pro race before getting took out. After getting a bad bump and up and into the wall. He looks to capitalize and regroup from that wreck in what would have been probably a race that he could have definitely been involved in. At the line, Ward, does he take the number 1 spot? He does not. 12th quickest. Malik Ray will abort this qualifying lap. And with drivers just coming in, still a star-studded field left to have not qualified. 14 have not qualified. There's about 9 or 10 more that haven't posted a lap. So we're looking at a strong field for the MSS series tonight. But with 23 seconds to go, so while we wait, well, wait and see if we can't get a word from the poll center. Good Lord, what a strong field. $28 cars strong tonight. Good Lord. That's one of the biggest races I've done on this stream. Oh, while we wait here. Get an interview with some drivers here. Jeremy Osborne, Garrett Jenkins up here in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, I do.
Well, buddy, honestly, I know I wasn't expecting 28 cars to show up. But you're starting 14th, buddy. Is the plan tonight just try to survive for the first half of the race, or is it going to try to get up there, get to the front, and try to avoid some of the wrecks that might happen mid-pack?
So it's avoid. It's gonna kind of try to find a good spot. Around with everybody I'm driving with. Kind of ride. Try to get a couple pit stops in, and then more towards the end, try to head towards the front. At least in the meantime, try to avoid all the chaos if there is any. We got some pretty good drivers in here, so may not be much chaos. Just have to wait and see.
All right, buddy. Well, best of luck to you. I'll go ahead and drop it down, let you get ready. Jeremy Osborne starting 14th. Appreciate the time, buddy.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, pole sitter not available for an interview. All right, being said, we'll go ahead and run through the night starting grid. Joe Herrera and Axel Smith, 1 and 2. Rob Moore, Steve Sizemore, 3rd and 4th. Hunter Hastings, Sean Corbett, 5th and 6th. Jared Hayes, Asher Little, Danny Burns, Michael Wingo, Garrett Caswell, John Ward. That is the remaining Fast 12. We'll go on up. Whoops. Try to get this right here. There we go. James Ware and Jeremy Osborne, just talked to him. 13th and 14th. Malik Ray and Nathan Harper. 15th, 16th. Cody Nigels and Dylan Jones. David Flanagan, Kenny Reel. That is the top 20. Daniel Earhart, the 3rd, and Matthew Lee, Austin Green, Joshua McCullough in 24th. Got a lot of work to do tonight. Heath Job, Kenneth McCullough, Chris Mistretta, and Mark Vondell. That rounds out the 28 car field. But meanwhile, see drivers trying to get caught up on the outside lane. Big field tonight, 50 laps. From Daytona, we're rolling. Down the back straightaway, 2x2. Sean Corbett pushing a 97 of Axel Smith. Trying to get him to the front. Ash Little in tow with him. Right now, though. All right, one car going 3 wide. Malik Ray up there in the top lane. One car off the wall. Keep it straight. We're green at the line. Give it to Joe. Leads lap 1. Already starting to become intense. See 3 wide more. Malik trying to make something happen. One car out of line. That's James Waring below the yellow line. has to sit there and fall back. 3 wide already on lap 2. John Ward making stuff happen at 92. Meanwhile, Ron Morris Jr. to the lead. Hunter Hastings right behind him. That 44 in the bottom lane. They're still 3 by 3. Intensity picking up early. Nobody really wanting to hold back at the line. Give it to Morris. It's crazy how these drivers can go 3 wide this early. So far, keeping it straight. See the 6 now drops down to the middle line. Big Kobe Nigels. But right now, outside lane really coming with Ray up top with John Ward, a little squirrely. So far, so good, though, keeping it straight. A couple of drivers way back there in the back, single file, playing it safe. Definitely do not want to be up here in this scrap this early. Joe now will lead lap 3. Second lap, Joe's led tonight. All right, now, minding their P's and Q's. You see the 7 up there. Jared Hayes trying to make something happen. 3rd car in the bottom lane. But right now, Ron Morris Jr. down the back straightaway, holding on to the lead for the moment. Here comes the run from the middle and outside lane. See, Morris blocked it just a little bit, but was not able to block that 3rd lane. Quickly back down to the bottom as the 3rd lane gives out. Couple of drivers looks like they're pushing loose or the car's not handling it right. Down to complete lap 4, 46 to go this time. And the 1 will lead it. Will lead another lap towards outside lane. You see that 3rd lane's completely dissipated for the moment. Not really a threat. The 05 of Dustin McCullough trying to make something happen. Caution is out. Well, they're wrecking big back there. Oh, they are wrecking. Oh, the 6 is involved. James Waring back there in the back. You see him. Other drivers scattering, trying to get out of the way. The 6 of Kobe Nigel's involved in this one. Was running 8th at the time of the caution. We'll have to see what happens. Possibly a product of the 3-wide racing going on. Let's just see. So that's the tail end of wreck. Well, I think I might know what happened. Yeah, lag incident. A little bit of a lag comes up into the 25 of Wingo and down across the track. 23 got a little bit of action, no harm, no foul. James Waring, we saw him get a piece of it. Of course, we'll look at the front and boom, massive damage. Going to our first caution of the night as the 6 gets turned. And not the night that Kobe wanted. James Waring told us during the Dega Pro race had a rough day. Every race he's been in been a part of some wreck. But right now, the trend continues. You see some drivers come down here, going to try to go ahead and top off on fuel, try to extend this fuel run as long as they can. See the 6 on pit road, just barely can get going. Race off a pit road, give it to the 1. Oh, give it to the 1, but barely. Mainly just gas and go. Actually, I believe one car stayed out. Nathan Harper stays out, gains all that track position. The driver to 28. So already under our first caution tonight from an incident involving the 6 of Kobe. Puts us under caution. Several drivers still on pit road. James Waring, one of them. Dylan Jones, Daniel Earhart, Joshua McCullough, Heath Joe, Steve Sizemore, and several more. Right now, as we stand, see some drivers taking fuel here, trying to save some fuel actually. Thought a couple of them will come back in, maybe top off one more time, but it does not appear we'll get that. One to green. This time a few more drivers actually does come in and take some. Probably top off a little bit more, maybe top off on some fuel. You see there at the bottom of the screen some of your favorite drivers who was in. Right now, black flag to the 04, Matthew Lee. Possible speeding penalty. So what we're racking here, Nathan Harper, Joe Herrera, Axel Smith, Ron Morris Jr., and John Ward. That's your top 5. Hunter Hastings, Garrett Caswell, Asher Little, Jared Haynes, and Sean Corbett. That is the top 10. So as the field gets ready here, I wonder if there's a bit of a wake-up call. Drivers probably thinking they don't need to go 3 wide. Drivers aren't needing to go 3 wide this early. Or maybe they'll just pick right back up where they started and we'll get 3 by 3 by 3. We're about to find out. Nathan Harper brings them down to the Geico restart zone. We're rolling. Great jump by the 28, about as great as you can ask for. Axel Smith going to push the 1 and Joe. Almost right side by side, but here comes the great shot from Ron Morris, able to let the 28 clear for the moment. The Dallas Cowboys Ford Mustang out front for the time being, but here comes the outside lane with the 1 and Joe down the back straightaway. John Ward back there with them, trying to figure out what he can do, how he can help, probably push Garrett Caswell with them. One driver, get an 8 of Chase Mistretta. Drop right back down to the bottom. Chase right now running in the 14th position. As here we come, back to the line to complete lap 9. Nathan Harper will lead his first laps on the green. The 6 of Kobe in the pits to serve the black flag. And right now, you notice the driver's not going 3 wide right now. Right, there's a wake-up call. We got away for it. Got away with it for about 6 laps. Now possibly trying to settle in and ride. More cars down to the bottom of the track. But meanwhile, the 1 and Joe trying to get in the lead. Just not able to get clear for the moment. the one start on pole tonight. Right now, your biggest movers of the race. Nathan Harper up 14 spots. Mark Von Dale running 13th, up 15. And the Ada Chase, just mentioned him, up 12, running in the 14th spot. 16th spot, sorry. Right now, biggest losers of the race. Steve Sizemore down 22 spots from where he started. Not a great start from a driver who we normally see at the front each and every week in every race. There's still plenty of time for Sizemore to get caught back up, get up to the front. Probably just going to ride here for the moment. See the 28 jumps up to the outside lane. Possibly trying to cover that run. It opens the door for Ron Morris, though. However, one car, 3 wide. I believe that's Garrett Caswell. One all over the place. $11 down, 39 to go. Nathan Harper has led 4 laps, tied with the one of Joe for most laps led, trying to keep it that way. Ron Morris has led 3 officially. Hunter Hastings down at the bottom, trying to push the 76 out front. Of course, a lot of drivers pulling double duty. Some just ran Dega Pros. Only about an hour ago. Hunter Hastings, John Ward, some of them. And right now, one driver still trying to make that outside lane work. Nobody going winner. That might be the 90, I believe. With Daniel. But it is actually. So some drivers trying to make 3 wides happen right now. Others just content on riding for the moment. As Ron Morris leads down the back straightaway. John Ward jumps up. Ward probably tired of riding. Had a rough race in the Dega Pro Series, led the most laps, but finished 14th. A lot of drivers looking for redemption. Michael Wingo drops up to that 3rd lane, that green and gray, number 25. As at the line, Nathan Harper, will he lead this lap? Give it to him. 37 to go. Intensely, slowly starting to pick back up. Asher Little in the 0-1 sun drop. Worked his way up into the top 10, working to get into the top 5. See now Morris able to clear if he wants to try to control both lanes. He can probably try to control the middle if he wanted to, but now he can't. Harper right back to the run, and now Ward and Daniel trying to make that 3rd lane work. Not able to do it for the moment. It's amazing what the middle and the outside lane give up, though, on corner entry. But they'll gain it right back on exit as Morris now. Here comes Harper with the run again. Ward to the outside, 3rd lane at the line. John Ward officially leads his first laps of the race tonight. See that middle lane dissipator, not bunched up. Daniel will slide that line. That's going to hurt Ward just a little bit. He'll have to slide back to that one quickly as one car exiting the pits. That is Chase. He'll stay to the apron for the most part. We see that 3rd lane. They've already as quickly as they were up there fighting for it, they have dropped back and now we go 2 by 2 some more. $35 to go from Daytona. If anybody's interested, you can put in. This is Xfinity. But I want to ask you what class this is. This is the Xfinity cars. Now, just going to say, anybody have any favorites to shout them out in the comment section? I already got a Sizemore and I got a Harper. Anybody else want to shout out their favorite driver? You can feel free to do so in the comment section, or you can be bold and predict the race winner in about another 34 more laps. But right now, Harper and Morris just trading the lead back and forth. Who's trying to lead the most laps at the line? Harper will lead his 6th lap of the race. immediately drop down to the bottom. Of course, what Harper wants to do, wants to try to control both lanes, try to stop the outside lane from getting side by side with him. Going down the back straightaway and off of turn 4. That's what he would want to try to do, but he cannot give up the bottom, let Morris back in there. He'll be right back in the same spot he was just in. Meanwhile, here comes Daniel. Up the outside lane, Axel Smith pushing him with Garrett Caswell, John Ward, and Michael Wingo. That is the 5 cars on the outside lane. See, Daniel Abel, is he clear? Yes, Daniel drops down to the bottom. Daniel Earhart will lead his first laps of the race officially. What it's doing, it's really hurting that outside lane. Axel Smith, Caswell, Ward is hurting them a lot. And trying to get out there to get help. I believe some of these drivers, they're focusing on the green flag pit stops that should be coming up. Prior to that, there isn't a caution. You look at the pit strategy link now. Harper, of course, Harper stayed out. The only car to stay out under caution. But here in a few laps, his tank ought to be running out. See the lap cars. That would be Kobe. Had been a rough night for him. A little bit of a lag issue caused the first caution. Got a black flag. Had to serve it after that. And now the 6 goes straight out. Oh, a bit of a big wiggle out of the 90. And you saw it entering turn 1. These cars, they do not like to be bump drafted going into the corners or into corners for that matter. A great save by Daniel, but man, could have been costly. What does that do for the outside lane? It keeps them that much closer for the moment. But right now, nobody really wanting to jump up and help that outside lane. You got Axel, Caswell, Ward, and Wingo. See the 6, so Kobe actually jumped up there. He's 3 down. He was like, ah, heck, I'll help him. Give me something to do. Meanwhile, Daniel now keeping the lead, keeping Harper at bay. You got to wonder if Morris could have gotten clear when he had jumped up in front of Caswell. Now you got to ask, is Harper going to jump outside? Or is Harper trying to run and save some gas here? Down the back straightaway, Caswell now side by side. A great push from Ward. Of course, Caswell trying to end the night on a great note, but right now, just like the outside lane, struggling a little bit. However, there is a group of cars back there. Group of cars trying to make something happen. The 04. Hard to pinpoint who the 04 is at the moment. They ain't really showing us on my side who he is. The only 04 is Matthew Lee, but we'll focus in on that in a little bit. But right now, they're going to have a big run in the outside lane. They're either going to have help or get put 3 wide. We'll find out. 30 to go, approaching halfway in about 5 laps. Another thing he's going to have to worry about, Steve Sizemore is just exiting the trial now, about to go to 1. Sizemore will be a lap car. Potentially still put him 3 wide. They've handled 3 wide great tonight for the most part. Seeing a 90 up the track. Caswell with a great shot to the back of the 90. Meanwhile, Sizemore going to try to get out of the way, kind of stacks them up just a little bit. They keep it straight. Daniel back out in front. Nathan Harper trying to get back up there. Ron Morris has been pushing him what seems like the whole race, but right now, you see Nathan Harper finally has to duck in. He was the only car that stayed out under that green flag pit stop. So Harper surrenders the lead, and right now Daniel and Caswell duking it out along with 15 other drivers at least. Right to 03, Kenneth McCullough. I ain't heard nothing out of him all night. Started in the back. He is actually up, I believe, 18 spots. He is the 90 of Daniel. As you look at McCullough now, we'll go back to the front. But Daniel Edhart up 20 spots for where he started. Kenny Reel up 14. Drivers that start in the back starting to come to the front. Of course, that could be another green flag pit stop coming. Try to get in track position now while you can. So hopefully whenever you do pit, if you can make it through the green flag pit stops from where you started, from where you came in during the pits, you'll be able to come out just as good. Right now, 24 drivers still on the lead lap in contention to win it for the moment. Another caution can easily bring a driver one lap down back into it. Right now, the free pass spot, Matthew Lee, winner from the Dega Pros race about an hour ago. Right now, one lap down. Steve Sizemore along with them. The 8's just now returning to the track down there at the bottom of your screen. This race is far from over. 26 to go now. The more these laps tick away, the more the intensity is going to start building. Drivers going to be making moves they don't want to make, but they know they got to make. Put the cars in positions that they don't want to be in. It really just gives the, instead of just pushing, they'll just really just shove them. John Ward able to clear from a push from Michael Wingo. Kenny Reel up to push Wingo, try to get that outside lane to work. Ward now to the bottom of the track. Wingo side by side, but at the line, John Ward will lead his second lap to the race. Another driver who came up through the field, Dylan Jones. James Waring was involved in that first caution back at lap 6, and it took Waring this whole time. But James up in the top 10, fourth car, black and purple Dega Pros car on the hood. Drivers who played it safe, wanted to be safe and play it safe, are now working their way up to the front, halfway. Well, it's halfway now, so if you're going to start making moves, even though we've probably still got another pit stop waiting, if you're going to start making moves, now's the time. You can't be riding back there in 20th or 21st and expect to be up there in 5 laps. See the 20, the 23, Dylan Jones immediately back down to the bottom. Then won't nothing to do with the outside lane. The outside lane still holding on strong, being led by Michael Wingo in that gray and green number 25. I don't know, it's just they give so much up on entry that once they gain it back on the outside, you see the 11 wants to duck down, finally does, of Kenny Reel. You got away with it that time, but whenever it gets down to 5 to go, nobody's going to let you in. The closer we get to this race, there's going to be less give and a whole lot more take. And now 3 or 4 cars, single file down the back straightaway side by side for 5th. Outside lanes really has it. Oh, Wingo, they keep it straight. Dirt tracking it, doing everything they can to keep it straight. Kenneth McCullough and Michael Wingo, not sure what happened. One around Jeremy Osborne. No caution, we keep it straight. Green flag pit stops happening. Oh, Slim McCart, caution's out. Ah, massive wreck. Hunter Hastings. Danny Barnes is involved, the 05. Joshua McCullough, massive damage. Barnes, the front end completely off the ground. So you see, there's Jeremy Osborne. The motor's gone on that car, assuming he hit the inside wall. Good Lord have mercy, what has happened? Product of racing, green flag pit stops happening. Everybody's trying to come in. Let's get a look at it here. A massive checkup. Well, I look back at Jeremy incident. Wingo, nothing there, clean there. Driver's trying to come in. Wingo gets turned. Wingo got turned, almost got turned. Hard into the wall by Hastings. Barnes nowhere to go. Corbett got a piece of it from Little. The 59 plows into the back of the 05. Let's go back and look at it because I want to see, because you saw Wingo. I mean, there was about 5 wrecks before they finally wrecked. So let's look at it here if we can find Michael Wingo here. Let's see what happens from this camera angle. Of course, everybody trying to come in, and he gets clipped by the 01 of Asher Little into Hastings. That'll send Hastings. Wingo doing everything he can to keep it straight. Great dirt tracking ability. But you see the aftermath of it. And again, it's difficult to really get on the pit road. You got to go from almost 190 mile an hour to 55. Just like that. And yeah. Crap happens. So we can't get Michael Wingo back in here. It'll be the second time I've interviewed him tonight. Michael Wingo, Garrett Jenkins in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah.
Well, buddy, second time tonight that you've been involved in a wreck. What do you think happened? What do you take us through? Do you think, you think the 01 didn't realize you were braking as soon as you did, or like what was your side of things from that incident?
Yeah, the first there, my spotter, he said I was clear, and I was going to try to jump down real quick because we were coming into pit. And then it said quarter right after it said clear, and Kenny was down there. That's what started it. But then we cleared that, and I was fixing to come into pit, and I guess the 01 got into the back of me.
Yeah, that's what we saw in the replay, and then Hastings and all that. Is the car too damaged? Is there a little bit of rear end damage, or was it all good to go?
I had about 20 seconds worth of damage, so I'm good. I got it all fixed. So.
All right, buddy. Well, best of luck to you. Hopefully we talk to you again with a podium finish and not from the care center again.
We're gonna try to get back up there. We've been running up there all night, so.
All right, buddy. Best of luck to you.
All right, man. Thank you.
Yep. That was Michael Wingo's side of things from the caution. Now to see what happened with Jeremy Osborne while we're here pacing around. See how Jeremy got in the grass down here. This was before the pit road, so there's an incident, and not sure where Joshua was going. Probably checking up for the incident, trying to figure out what was going on up there. Jeremy nosing into a safer barrier. Hard to say if the 05 crowded him or if the 41 crowded the 05. Well, I'll be interested to see. Right now, 23 cars still on the lead lap. Daniel Earnhardt, Dylan Jones, Ron Morris, Kenneth McCullough, and James Waring. That is your top 5. Sean Corbett, John Ward, Malik Ray, David Flanagan, and Axel Smith. That will be your top 10. So what does this tell us exactly? Well, tells with 19 to go, they possibly could be good to the end. We'll look at the pit strategy length one time. They ran 21 laps. Yeah, so about time. So when the caution came out, they were pitting lap 21, 22. So they can go roughly. You see Ray down there. He can go about 24. So 20 to 24 laps That's the window from what I would presume. Looking at that data, of course, some drivers topped off at the caution beforehand. So with 19 to go, a lot of these drivers could be flirting with making it or not. We'll have to see. After a little black flag, probably in EOL for the cause of caution. So several drivers having to use their one and only fast repairs. That being said, 18 to go. Daniel Earnhardt and Dylan Jones will be bringing them down to the start. Kenneth McCullough, after dirt tracking it through the infield grass, will restart fourth. Below him in third, Ron Morris. And we are rolling. Great jump by both the inside and outside lane, but I don't know if that was too big of a jump. You see the 16 or more come through the cover. James Weir will now have to pull that bottom back down as I say that. McCullough, Morris, and Daniel both already to cover. Dylan Jones going to try to pull that outside lane. Here comes Corbett with him. Malik Ray. Several drivers up there trying to make something happen, trying to make a third light happen. Garrett Cashwell, one of them. That will be the 87 of Austin Green with Cashwell. To go, they're only just going to try to make these blocks and make these lines work even more. You see Dylan up the track, middle lane to cover. He will lead his ninth lap of the race, but here comes Morris back down to the inside. Still 3 by 3. Down the back straightaway. See, right now, surprisingly, them two cars, the 87 of Green almost got out there, only by a front bumper, but was enough. But here's the down part to it. You have two cars on the third lane, not really coming. I know, here comes Sizemore. He's trying to get back up there in the mix. But here when Sizemore gets up there, you're asking a lot. Of course, Steve Sizemore's still one lap down. But regardless, there you see it, the 87 and 19 going backwards. We'll need to quickly try to find a spot to blend back into one of these lines before they lose too much. Waring loose off the corner, almost wrecked it, kept it straight. We stay green as Daniel's still leading. So Ron Morris Jr. trying to battle back on the inside. Kenneth McCullough with him, along with Waring and Ward. There's the bottom lane. See Malik Ray now, he's worked himself up, got back up there to the outside lane. They're trying to get his third lane rolling up here. Of course, Daniel and Malik up 19 and 14 spots respectively. Ron Morris started on the front row. Hasn't looked back, pretty much been at the front all night. Look at the one of Ray on the outside lane. He can clear down if he wants it. He's going to take it, cover the 90 of Daniel and to the bottom. The last night's winner to the front. Oh, one off the wall. Hunter Hastings back there in that blue and green 44 keeps it straight. Just maybe knock the toe out of it a little bit. Maybe that bottom lane's kind of dissipated as I say that. Daniel drops down to the bottom. They're going to put Malik about Caswell's around. Did they keep it straight? Nope, they did not. Caution's out. Mark Mondale's involved in it. You saw Garrett Caswell get turned sideways. Trying to find him. He's rolling. Second incident of the night for Cashwell. Good Lord have mercy. Hunter Hastings immediately towed back. His night is done. Cautions breed cautions. We're about to get another look at it here. This is going to start, well, we're going to look at it from Mark Vondell's point of view here, but it's going to start way up there. Yeah, Caswell got turned sideways. Way it looks. Trying to get down to the bottom, trying to get down. Y'all just come down. See the one of Joe, our pole sitter. Hunter Hastings nowhere to go. Good gosh, too mighty. See if we can't get. See what happens here. We'll look from Caswell's point of view here. If he'll ever rewind. So right here, see the 04 lead pushing. So the 76 gets into the 45, and the 45 gets projected up into the 19, and from there, drivers trying to get on brakes, some checking up, some not, saying, please, Lord, just let me get through it, but eventually, they don't. Go back and look at the replay one more time here. So again, watch here at the bottom. Trying to see, does the 03 give a slight tap? Notice 76 just comes up. 45 kind of net codes on second look. Net codes a little bit. See several drivers, just people piling in. So a rough start. Been a rough night for Caswell. Involved in 2 incidents in the Dega Pro Series and now tonight in the MSS Money Racing League. Been a rough night for several drivers. Well, which way to go? Drivers were short. Drivers were short on fuel. This either gives them the chance to really either save the fuel or come back into the pits. Garrett Caswell, Garrett Jenkins up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Buddy, the rough night continues. Take us through. Did you feel like it was coming, or did you think that maybe we were going to keep it 3 wide here till the end?
I knew it was coming. I didn't know it was going to happen on me. I'm not sure what y'all saw, but from what I'm hearing is net code.
Yeah.
But I got, oh, it was?
Yeah.
Sweet. Alright.
Yeah, 76. 76 got to the 45, but the 45 does net code you in the middle of that deal, which ultimately sends you around. How bad is the car? Is it, because you've been fast all night, is the car able to get back up there and compete, or is it a little hurt?
Oh, this thing's hauling. I have a fast spare. I'm ready to go.
I'll be damned.
I'm not sure if I like that 3 wide spot, just because they leave no room for the guys up there just trying to suffocate us, but
well, I would like to add one thing but before I head out. I've been seeing on the broadcast all night, and looking at the cars, a lot of them tend to either look like they're getting tight in the middle of the corner, or the air's having an effect on them. Some drivers get closer to the cars than I feel like they want to be. Is that something you're experiencing, or what do you think's the deal going on?
I mean, it's definitely tighter than Dega, but y'all, there's no reason why anybody should be throwing a fuss about it. It's not bad. You just gotta lift like maybe an inch off the pedal into the turns, or unless you got a good wheel and know how to drive, I guess, even a little, you can just full send it into the corners, but it's a little less like a super speedway car if you're trying to push. But everywhere else, it's just the only reason you got checkups for checkups.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll look forward to seeing if you can pull that number 19 back up there to the lead. Best of luck to you, buddy.
Yep, thank you.
That was Garrett Caswell's side of things. Of course, Caswell being scored back in the 17th position. Got a fast repair car, practically brand new off the hauler, but he's gonna have a lot of work cut out for him to get back up here. 24 cars on the lead lap. Daniel Earhart, Dylan Jones will be bringing down Austin Green, Metalik Ray, Ron Morris Jr., Kevin McCullough, Sean Corbin, Kenny Real, and James Waring, and John Ward, the top 10. We are rolling from Daytona again. 10 to go. If you think you've seen if you think it's been crazy up to this point, ladies and gentlemen, I got news for you. It's only going to get crazier as a massive separation from the outside lane. Outside lane's practically crumbled apart. See McCullough and Real thinking about going up there with that 23 of Jones. Jones needs somebody. Second contention. Here comes Ward. Here comes Corbett. See the 87 of Green just up. Daniel to block. Metalik down to the bottom of the track. This is the point now. Forget the fuel. But the fuel's no longer an option here. Everybody's going straight for it. And for those that did not pit, we can only assume that they have enough to make it. See Daniel at the track. Here comes Sean Corbett, black flag. The night is done for Corbett, it would appear. And Daniel playing the lane control game very nicely. Covering both the inside and outside lane, and the third lane starting to come up. Joshua McCullough. I believe that's who it is. Yes, it is. Third lane trying to get formed out. You see drivers starting to bail to it. Go. Oh, Daniel, they get turned. Raise around. That's the big one. Big wreck. Big. Good God almighty. That's the whole field. Caswell getting through. Caswell almost had it cleared. They're still wrecking. Good God almighty. Looks like the wreck in Atlanta last night. James Waring's in it. Flanagan. Well, whenever it starts at the front, especially with the front two cars, crap hits the fan, and that's exactly what happened for several drivers. Nathan Harper, meatball flag. There's about 3 or 4 more. Good God almighty. Let's look back at it. I thought for sure they had it saved. We'll look at it here. So Ray comes up. It's a little bit of a late block, I would say, by the 1, but good God almighty, Jesus, have mercy. Yeah, that's a trap block. Nobody know where to go. Allen's on that. You see the 8 of Chase. Flanagan down to the bottom, Waring in the grass. Finally, good God. From there, I ain't seen one that big I don't think I've seen one that big since the race last week. And really what it boils down to, if you'll look at it here. So the 87's coming with a run. It's from the rear chase cam. The 1, he's for a split second, maybe second guess about going up there and trying to block it. A run was coming, but by then it was just too late. Nothing really anybody could do beyond that other than pray that we get through it. For several drivers, they did not. Let's ride on board here with the look at the one of Ray for a moment. Look at the back bumper and see how long we just watch this materialize. If I can find his name, everybody's swapping around. So you'll ride on the back bumper with him here. From that point, nothing you can do. A little bit of a lag. Back with us. About the 87 of Austin Green. Made it through till he got hit right from the end up there. Got several more angles from this. See what James Waring saw through all this scrap. You're right on board with him. So everywhere it happens from there, I can make it, I can make it, I can make it. I'm not going to make it. But he almost had it cleared, though. He's going to take another shot right there. For several drivers, what a way to end the night. For some, all that hard work staying at the front, all gone, and through it all, John Ward's your leader. So definitely the first big one of the night. And I ain't even going to try to count all the cars involved. So pretty much it'd be easier just to list who wasn't involved. With that being said, we were going to restart this race with 5 laps to go. John Ward, Axel Smith, Asher Little, Jeremy Osborne, Michael Wingo, Martin Mondale, Joe Herter, Heath Job, Sean Corbett, the top 5. Throw Jared Hayes in there too. Seen the 90 of Daniel, what a great night he had. Now back there in the 20th position after leading 15 laps. I mean, he took out a lot of the front runners. Fast repair, yes, but you got to work yourself all the way back up with 5 laps to go. When you look at it, 2nd through 7th have not led a lap tonight. That would be Axel Smith, Asher Little, Jeremy Osborne, Wingo, Von Dale, and Joe. None of them drivers have led a lap tonight. John Ward has led 7. The next driver who has led any laps would be the pole sitter of Joe, who has led 4. Well, for those of you that's new and watching the race, I have an old saying. Take the ratchet strap and ratchet the TV down. We've had one big one tonight, but it takes one more bad bump to go wrong. We'll have another one. And if you think this whole race has been intense, we're about to turn up a notch. John Ward, Axel Smith brings them down to the green. 5 laps to go. From Daytona, we are rolling. Not a great start for the outside lane. Smith minimizes the loss. Draws back into 3rd. Jeremy Osborne trying to make something happen with the outside lane. Well, you see the 7 of Gerald already jumped up there in front of Osborne now. Driver starting to quickly jockey in for position early. Wingo a little sideways on the bottom, keeps it straight. Gonna be 4 to go this time by. Outside lane's trying to go. Here comes the one of Joe. Ray up there trying to make something happen. Drivers involved in that wreck trying to make as much as they can. Asher Little up to the top. For the first time tonight, Asher Little leads at Daytona. You see Jared Hayes with him. Right the other 4. Matthew Lee trying to make something happen. How about that 3rd lane coming again with the 87? But to hell with it, they start out in the back. They're going to have a say in this finish, and here they come, even if it's just 3 cars up into the top 10. Oh, they're getting squeezed. They save it. Praise the Lord. 3 to go. That 87, no quit. Austin Green trying to make something happen. You see a 90 of Daniel immediately jumped up right behind him. Daniel Earhart's led the most laps tonight of 15. He wants to end this race strong. See the 59 of Vondale gets closer and closer to them cars entering the corner. Now they got away with it the first time. 3 by 3. Asher Little on the bottom trying to hold everybody back to no avail. Here comes the 87 Green with the lead, barely entering 3. You see that 01 immediately fights back to the bottom. The bottom lane has such a great pull as Asher goes up to the middle. The bottom lane is where you want to be on entry, but if you can utilize the middle and top lane down the back straightaway, and you can utilize it right, you'll get a massive run, able to clear all 3 lanes. And right now, Ward trying to bring that bottom lane back up. Little now almost put the 87 to the wall just a little bit, still side by side. 3 by 3 by 3, just about 10 rows back. 2 laps to go. Well, we'll forget the nice easy push. You see the 01, he gets a push from the 7, gets him just a little sideways. Forget about where you want to be pushed and how you want to be pushed. Everybody's going to start making moves now. Doesn't matter. White flag. 1 lap to go from Daytona. Hold the breath. See the 59 almost out of shape. Mid-pack to keep it straight. If they can make it back off of 4, we're going to have one of the best finishes we've ever had. Down the back straightaway, Austin Green with the lead, just by a little bit, almost clear. Wingo down to under, almost wrecking behind him. Green down to the bottom. Here comes the 90 of Daniel on the outside. Austin Green trying to pick a lane where he wants to defend. Gonna stick to the bottom. Green up the track a little bit. That was Daniel, sorry, at the line. They're wrecking behind. Austin Green is going to win at Daytona. And a big one finally happens. Good God almighty. Little upside down. Jesus. Austin Green survives it, comes from the very back to win it. Makes me look like I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. Hopefully we'll go get an interview with Austin Green, but buddy, it was a hard fought charge with 5 laps to go. See here coming to the line. Eventually drivers trying to make room happen. Eventually they all ran out of room. Well, Austin Green, nothing to worry about. What a race. From start to finish, it was intense. Intensity off the chart. 3 wide. There's actually 2 wrecks before one small one. Wingo hard into the wall, but it does not matter. So while we wait for the winner to get in here, man, intensity right from the start. No holes barred. Get a look. That is great facility. Full in second place, John Ward. Actually, Austin Green. Austin Green, Garrett Jenkins up here in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, man. How's it going?
Well, buddy, you made me look like an idiot. I ripped you off after that first rate. You stormed from the back of the pack all the way up to win the darn thing. How does it feel?
It feels pretty good. I feel like it's not too often you get a chance to go from the back to the front in that short of a time period without getting wrecked. So it was cool that the third lane opened up. I got lucky. with a few ways, but then once I saw Eberhardt and Joe behind me, I knew I had a good chance. And I mean, it's just so nice when you get someone behind you pushing that does the right thing, and they push you when you need to be pushed. Eberhard did everything perfect. I mean, that win, especially on the last lap, was all him. You can almost tell when somebody's getting ready to blow up, and him pushing down the back, I knew he was getting ready to blow up, but he wanted to try to get me clear, so I appreciate it.
Yes, sir, buddy. And it looked like the intensity was off the chart right from the get-go. Drivers taking it 3 wide. But whenever that last caution happened, did you expect the one to, and some could call it a late or aggressive block? Were you expecting it to happen, or what was your take on that first big one?
Yeah, I got to go back and look at it, so I guess I shouldn't celebrate anything too quick because, you never know. But I kind of felt like I was expecting the one to come up, and it made sense. It's just I knew that the run was going to be big, and I was waiting for Malik to come up, which he did. And I was trying to center him, but I was getting pushed at the same time. And then I think Daniel was going to cover him, but just the way the pushing was, it just didn't work out. And I think the way they were talking about it kind of made sense. But I got to look at it, so I don't really want to say too much yet until I really see it.
Yeah, it's understandable. Don't incriminate yourself. Well, buddy, first time interviewing, so first and foremost, congratulations. And nice to meet you, by the way. I understand that a lot of people, they have families and friends and sponsors and bosses that look at this, so I give all the drivers the time. If there's anybody they want to shout out or thank tonight, the floor is yours, buddy.
I want to thank the teammates first off, McCullough Motorsports, for all that they do. Thanks to Kenny for putting this on. Thanks to you for broadcasting. I'm sure you guys did a heck of a job. Looking forward to going back and watching it. And then big thanks to Daniel. Big thanks to John there when I came down low for pushing me. And I think that's about it.
All right, buddy. Well, hell of a race, to say the least. And you only led 1 lap, and it was the most important one. Congratulations, buddy. Austin Green's your winner from Daytona.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir. That being said, I think Malik Ray's ready to get in here, so we'll get his stuff set up. All right, let's pull him up. All right, I'm going to try this before. I'm going to try this, be sure I get it right. Malik Ray, you got a copy, buddy? All right, we'll give him a few minutes here. We'll give him a few minutes to get his mic ready. Probably stepped away for a minute. With that being said, we'll go through the results for tonight. Austin Green, John Ward, 1 and 2. Austin Green on led 1 lap. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. Daniel Erbhart, Asher Little, and Axel Smith rounds out the top 5. The 6, or the 1 of Joe, started on pole, was able to come back and salvage a good run. Gerald Hayes, Michael Wingo, Kenneth McCullough Jr., and Matthew Lee, that will round out the top 10. Heath Joe, Ron Morris, Jeremy Osborne, Dylan Jones, Mark Vondell, Sean Corbett, Chris Mistrutta, and Nathan Harper after a strong run from the driver to 28. Unfortunately, it will not go the way he wants it in the 18th position, and then on down through the field. David Flanagan, Danny Barnes, Joshua McCullough, Malik Ray, Kenny Reel, James Waring, Garrett Caswell, Steve Sizemore. Drivers who most of them were at the front at some point tonight, but mishaps and wrecks takes them out. Hunter Hastings will have to settle in 28th after a strong run tonight. Yeah, it's just a product of Daytona and Talladega. You have this stuff that'll happen. Try Melanie one more time. Malik Ray, Garrett Jenkins got a copy. Alright, well. It would appear that you ain't got a copy. We're pressing the top of the hour here. Well, but with that being said, Austin Green, your winner after after a very intense race at Daytona. Pleasure being here again tomorrow night. Inspired Racing League takes on Darlington for the first round of their playoffs. That'll be live right here at about 8:30, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Until then, thank you to Kenneth McCullough and Josh McCullough let me broadcast the race tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Hope I can do it again in the future. Until then, Austin Green's your winner. Everybody have a good week. Thank you.